Today we will see Class 12 Legal Studies Unit 4 Human Rights in India. In class activity, at the very beginning of this unit, students must share their views on the different ways they see or understand human rights. They need not limit their thoughts to the issues below, which may also be used to guide discussions. What do you mean by human rights? Do criminals have human rights? Are human rights anti-majoritarian in bracket protection of minorities from the domination of the majority? Are human rights a moral demand to resolve the various kinds of injustice? Are human rights a tool for sloganeering and disturbance? A. Introduction. The focus of this unit is on the human rights laws in India, and it consists of two main chapters, one on the Indian Constitution and statute laws, and the other on the complaint mechanism and human rights commissions. The chapters and topics covered in this unit are not arranged based on the themes like children, women, Dalits and advises, religious minorities, environment or citizens generally, but are arranged on the basis of legal framework and provisions. And these and many other themes are embedded in the discussions on the relevant topics of legal framework and provisions of human rights law in India. For example, the sub-theme of child marriage and the Dalits find reference also under the topic of right to equality provisions of the Constitution. This unit will provide students with 1. The understanding of the words human rights, 2. Some historical and international developments about human rights, 3. The discussion about various kinds of human rights that are safeguarded by several laws in India, 4. Examples of various themes with the corresponding laws, and 5. The role of various human rights commissions in India and related complaint mechanisms. Human rights field is expensive, and this unit merely provides some basic examples of those laws, themes and complaint mechanisms to give students a general knowledge sense of human rights commonly and in India. This introduction covers briefly few developments in the international historical context and the international practice of human rights. The introduction is followed by the two main chapters on Indian laws and practice, which is the main focus of this unit. One. Historical context. Historically, varied religious and social traditions as well as philosophical writings have recognized in different ways and with the diverse perspectives the inherent rules of being humans, particularly the principles that ensure respect for human dignity. Such principles have commonly been understood as basic and unalienable. For example, traditions like Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism and Confucian have made reference to respect and well-being for others. which mean that human beings must conduct themselves in particular ways. The modern society also has recognized certain rules of respecting human dignity and their well being and formulated them in the form of human rights. Generally, the word rights denote that these rules are entitlement or claims of to be recognized and protected through the duties and obligations, and the state ensure that the human rights of all are guaranteed. The modern concept of human rights emerged from the Western politics and philosophy. The English legal documents of Magna Carta of 1215 and the English Bill of Rights of 1689 are some of these earliest examples of human rights law. The Magna Carta of 1215 was an arrangement between the English King John and the barons who were unhappy about the taxation policies of the monarchy. The Magna Carta included clauses in the form of rights language. It granted the barons the right to legal trial and prevented their arrest or imprisonment or outlawing or abuse or denial of ownership of the property without the legal trial. In this box, Magna Carta Class 29 digital image. The English Bill of Rights of 1689 was an argument between the Parliament and the King that prevented the latter from abusing the Protestants. It included the clauses that prohibited levying of money by the crown and provided right to petition the king, a right for trial, a right against crucial and unusual punishments or excessive fines, or right to parliamentary privileges in bracket, speech, vote, etc. to the members of parliament. Besides these laws, the late 17th and 18th century writings of many. In this box, the Bill of Rights 1689, an act declaring the rights and liberties of the subject and the settling the succession of the crown. Rights include parliamentary privileges, free elections and freedom of speech in the parliament, right not to be taxed without the approval of the parliament, freedom from instruction of the government, right to petitions in courts, right to fair treatment in courts. The Bill of Rights 1689, an act declaring the rights and liberties of the subject and settling the succession of the crown. Digital image. Western thinkers influenced the definition of human rights like John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and Thomas Paine. Any discussion on their high theories and the philosophical debates is beyond the scope of this unit. By way, examples given below are the images and quotes of these scholars. In this box, John Locke quote, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Thomas Paine, Thomas Paine quotes and saying, "Man did not enter society to be worse off or to have a fewer rights, but rather to have those rights better secured." Modern constitutions of most democratic countries have recognized and adopted similar ideals of human rights as guiding principles. The two earliest and the influential examples are that of the United States of America and France. In 1776, when United States of America were formed as a new nation, it adopted the 1776 American Declarations of Independence, which included in its preamble the human right values and stated, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and that they are endowed by their creators with the certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Again in 1789, at the beginning of the French Revolution, the National Constituent Assembly of France adopted the French Declaration of Rights of Man and of the Citizen, which, drawing upon the United States ideals of human rights, laid the foundation of human rights principles still valid in the present French Constitution. The French Declaration started in its first two classes. Men are born and remain free and equal in rights. Social distinctions may be founded only upon the general good. The aim of all political association is the preservation of the natural and imprescriptible rights of man. These rights are liberty, property, security, and resistance to oppressions. These declarations recognize the inherent dignity and the equal and inalienable rights of human beings, and they form the basic of achieving freedom, injustice, and peace in a modern democratic state. 2. International human rights. In 1948, the United Nations General Assembly adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights (UDHR) as a common standard of achievement for all peoples and nations. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights provides and defines the various kinds of human rights that are applicable to all human beings. They include the fundamental civil, political, economic, social, and cultural rights, for example, freedom of speech, assembly, conscience, and religion, a right to education, right to livelihood and decent standard of living, right to life, liberty and security of person, right to equality, freedom from all forms of discriminations including based on gender and race, and so on. The declaration has been endorsed by almost all the member states of the United Nations to respect and protect the basic human rights values provided therein. Thank you. Sharing is caring. Comment your thoughts. Subscribe for more information.